If I could make social media my full time job, I would. But right now, it's my hobby. And I already have the spammer whammers once again telling me what they could do to make my page grow. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying some random randos. Like, I'm not going to do that. Plus, I feel like you want to hack my account or something. So, to any of those like spammy whammers that think like, oh, they're going to pay me to promote, I'm going to pay them to promote my account. It's just never going to happen because first off, I just think it's weird. Like it to me, like why are people doing that? And I've heard the stories, by the way, about why you shouldn't do that. Because there was one woman, her following was somewhat bigger than mine, and I think she paid one of those like SEO whatnot experts that we've never heard of to just random spam you. By the way, your messages always end up in my spam filter. Sometimes I look at it to see if something actually real was in there. Because, I do recommend, even though checking email can be tedious, maybe every few days, look at your spam filter just to make sure the actual messages don't end up in there. Because sometimes things end up in spam. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there. I'm not paying those guys. Today, the topic is why I don't believe people with long hair are hiding behind their hair. I mean, sometimes we hide behind our hair to be funny. People like that sort of thing in hair land. But I don't believe people who want long hair are hiding behind their hair. And there's another reason I really just don't, at this point in my life, give a whoop de doodle city if you think that. And I know I'm not like one of these, like, kind of the Lulu people that just they don't really care what anybody says, blah blah blah. I wish I could be one of those people. And sometimes comments can hurt and whatnot. But honestly, I'm just in this point in my life where if you want to leave some rage bait comment on my channel, I'm like, this is your problem. It's a you problem, not a me problem. Like if you don't like long hair, why are you watching videos where somebody with long hair is talking or showing how they do their hair. Like, why don't you find something else to watch? Like, honestly, I'm for the people who like long hair. I'm not for the people who want the trendy bleach like styled haircuts. Like, I've never been into that. I've never put bleach on my hair. Okay, I've just never done it. A few times in my life, I've never dyed my hair drastically. I had highlights, but that was like 15 years ago, and it was so minimal, and they were like caramel red, very minimal, super minimal. Okay, and it was just when I was in my experimental 20s when people told me that I should like go to the hair salon, have long, shorter hair, and I was just not happy. Like because up until the age of 20, I had long hair, and I remember during the period when I had short hair, and even a few years ago when I mistakenly cut my hair because I thought when I had a little bit of scalp irritation, I should do that because some people advised it in my family. Don't listen to people. Do your research. Not on the long hair community forum. I wouldn't post in there. Just do your research. Like with ChatGPT, you know, there's a lot of people that hate henna that don't know henna's like good for your hair and scalp. That think henna's bad too, but like I'm not in the henna hate land. Okay, a lot of people really hate henna. And one time I had a mishap when I had super long hair mixing henna with conditioner. But as time went on, I'm like, I think it's just because I mixed it with a conditioner. You have to be careful when your hair's super long. Anyhow, I'm gonna keep doing henna on my hair every once in a while. I don't do it like every day, but yeah, I like to do henna because it conditions your hair. It gives you red highlights in the sun. It helps to even out the dark tone of your hair. Like if you have a few grays, I love henna. I will never fall out of love with henna. Henna and I are ride or die. We just love each other. Long hair and I are ride and die. We just love each other, okay? I love having long hair. From the age of 4, when I first started having like hardcore memories that I remember, I wanted long hair. And I just love long hair. And I have never looked back. But in my youth, I always had long hair. Although I'll say since I didn't trim it that often, it wasn't, and I wore it loose all the time. It wasn't as thick as it is now because I think a lot of it broke off just because back in the days my mom didn't know how to take care of my hair. In fact, I kind of detest how she brushed my hair to this day because she would pull way too hard and do it real fast, and I hate that. And I don't have kids, but if I ever did, I would be super gentle and make long hair a big thing for her. I just would, you know. But I don't have kids. I'm just saying, if I had had kids, that's what I would have done. And I think my mom was an amazing braider, an amazing hairstylist, but she just does not understand like wavy hair gets tangly. In fact, she was always like, "Oh my gosh, tangles!" So she started buying me detangling sprays. And I remember when we used to use the detangling sprays, how much easier it was to get through my hair. But through trial and error, just I finally came back to detangling sprays like I was back on them like 15 years ago, but I'm finally back on them again. Detangling sprays are great. And I know some people think that they need to buy high end hair products, but I'm like, detangling spray, baby. For the first time in my life, as somebody with wavy hair that likes to curl up into each other and that's tangle prone, the reason I love detangling spray is if I wear my hair loose, this stuff with amidimethicone, it keeps it like it has a protective barrier around it and just helps to keep it from tangling up, and I love it. I love it so much. I don't want to have tangles in my hair personally. That's also another reason I don't wear my hair loose all the time because people seem to think that wearing your hair loose is like more valid and more beautiful, but out in public it just gets tangled. I don't like tangles. What is the point of having tangles? Like, what does tingly hair do for us? It causes mechanical damage. Just like I don't like to put a lot of heat on my hair. I like to be very gentle and very careful with my hair in general. That's just my vibe. Some people have a different vibe. Some people have a different mindset of what they want out of life with their hair. I just like to take care of my hair personally. That's just my thing. I don't want to damage my hair. I personally just want to take very good care of my hair. Right. Hi. I know, right? Right. Yes, anyway, thanks for watching.